Good evening. Welcome to the September 22nd, 2011 special meeting of Amelia Village Council. This time I would ask Fiscal Officer for a roll call, please.
Mr. Campbell.
Here.
Ms. Gerber.
Here.
Mr. Hart.
Here.
Mr. Pollock.
Here.
Mr. Rosser.
Here.
Mr. Thacker.
Here.
All present.
Just in case I didn't call to order, we'll call to order at 7:33 p.m. Stand for the pledge. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, move down to the agenda. First, I want to welcome everybody here to the this meeting tonight. For a special thank you to those of you who bothered to come personally tonight, and thank you to those who might be watching the meeting on Claremont County Communications. I think it's channel number 22, and we'll possibly be watching this meeting by way of Amelia Village website in the future. We always encourage resident input, and we hope to see you at the next council meeting. Moving down through the agenda this evening, some business we were unable to attend to the other night. First item on the agenda this evening is, at the last meeting, I indicated that I had received a letter of resignation from Vice Mayor Bob Pollitt. That resignation was for his role as Vice Mayor. As it is the mayor's appointment with, well, first I'll entertain a motion from council to accept the resignation of Vice Mayor Robert Pollitt from his office as Vice Mayor.
So moved. We didn't want to do that.
Well, I appreciate that.
We have a first, and we have a second.
Second.
Discussion or questions? A roll call, please.
Mr. Campbell.
Yay.
Mr. Hart.
Yay.
Ms. Gerber.
Yay.
Should I call him Bob? He can't accept his own. Mr. Rosser.
Nay.
Mr. Thacker.
Yay.
5 to 1, or 4 to 1, I'm sorry. And Mr. Pollitt was abstained.
All right. That all being said, having, I suppose that vote approves the accepting of resignation. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
As it is the mayor's appointment for the position of vice mayor, with council's approval, I honestly think it only makes sense to appoint to the position the incumbent mayor, Todd Hart. So at this time I entertain a motion from council.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Discussion? Questions? Roll call.
Mr. Campbell.
Yay.
Ms. Gerber.
Yay.
Mr. Pollitt.
Yay.
Mr. Rosser.
Yay.
Mr. Thacker.
Yay.
5-0 with abstention.
All right. Welcome aboard as the vice mayor there, Mr. Hart.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is an executive session. Subject of the executive session is to consider the hiring of a public employee and to discuss pending litigation. This time I entertain a motion from council at 7:37 p.m. to move to executive session and ask the solicitor to join us.
Make a motion to move to executive session.
Second.
Discussion or questions? Roll call, please.
Mr. Campbell.
Yay.
Mr. Hart.
Yay.
Ms. Gerber.
Yay.
Mr. Pollitt.
Yay.
Mr. Rosser.
Yay.
Mr. Thacker.
Yay.
6-0.
Thank you. All right. We'll be back as quickly as we can. Thank everybody for their patience. We'll this time I entertain a motion to return from executive session at 8:19 p.m.
Make the motion, we return.
Aye.
Uh,
Second.
The first and second, discussion or questions? Roll call, please.
Mr. Campbell.
Yay.
Mr. Hart.
Yay.
Ms. Gerber.
Yay.
Mr. Pollock.
Yay.
Mr. Rosser.
Yay.
Mr. Thacker.
Yay.
6-0.
Okay. Welcome back. First order of business before we move into legislation. As council is aware, Chief John Wallace was appointed as interim police chief on May the 31st, 2011. Chief Wallace's role here since his appointment was to provide leadership as interim police chief, while Village Council researched the possibility of contracting of police service with the Clermont County Sheriff's Office. Chief Wallace did not apply to be considered as a candidate for the permanent position. Now that the decision has been made that there will be no shift in police coverage to the Clermont County Sheriff's Office, it is now time to move forward. On Wednesday, September the 15th, 2011, Solicitor Abrams, incumbent Mayor Todd Hart, and myself conducted a second interview with Sergeant David Friend, a 27-year veteran of the Tip City Police Department. His role as sergeant at the Tip City Police Department is second in command. Prior to his 27-year stretch at the Tip City Police Department, Sergeant Friend also served with the Covington, Ohio Police Department, as well as the West Milton, Ohio Police Department, for a career spanning 33 years in law enforcement. In addition to Sergeant Friend's extensive training and on-the-job experience, Sergeant Friend holds a master's degree in criminal justice from Tiffin University with a minor in public administration. Sergeant Friend has a valid OPATA certification with ongoing supervisory training at his current position. I believe that the good citizens of Amelia would be lucky to have Mr. Friend as their police chief, and I'm honored to ask that council approve my appointment of David Friend as the new Amelia Police Chief beginning December 14, 2011. This time I'm going to open the floor to council for discussion and or motions.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second the motion.
Any discussion and or questions? Roll call, please.
Mr. Campbell.
Yay.
Mr. Hart.
Yay.
Ms. Gerber.
Yay.
Mr. Pollock.
Yay.
Mr. Rosser.
Yay.
Mr. Thacker.
So
We're not doing the ordinance, Chair.
we're doing an emergency.
No, right now we're doing just the motion to approve the appointment. You're not currently considering the ordinance. That'll be in the legislation.
Okay, and we'll have that in front of us when we do it. Okay, then yay.
6-0 passes.
Mr. Friend, this time, council members, I'd like to introduce Chief David Friend, now of the Amelia Police Department, beginning December 14th. Is that date going to work for you?
Yes, that is going to work.
Thank you. Very good.
I hate to push your bubble, but you have to officially do the ordinance.
Okay. And you know
Just trying to
what?
keep them in line.
Almost there, not quite.
One more step.
Laura, we had to discuss the possibility of making it official on the Friday prior to the 14th in the event that chief of police be needed over the course of that weekend. Is that something we need to change the?
No, because you have a start date before or after in the ordinance.
Okay, so we're
Yeah,
covered.
you're clear.
Okay, I'll talk to you about that. Okay. All right. So we'll move, well, before I even move forward, do you want to address council at all? Or?
I would just like to take this opportunity to thank council for your decision. I carried my career as professional as I possibly could, and I'll do the same here too. I've had over 3 decades of police service, and the experience I have collected all those years will be put to good use here in Amelia. So that's all I'm going to say. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Don't forget my license plate number.
Okay. 97.
All right.
Why don't you go ahead and do the ordinances out of order so you can finish with that issue? Chief, go ahead.
Now you give me 2 copies.
I just moved them around.
Pass it down. Pass it on. Share.
We'll
Okay,
share.
I apologize. Okay. Moving into legislation, the first, we'll change the order of the legislation. First ordinance is ordinance number O-2011-42. An ordinance appointing David Friend to the position. Ordinance number O-2011-42. An ordinance appointing David Friend to the position of police chief, in parentheses, village marshal, and declaring an emergency. At this time, I entertain a motion from council to suspend the rules for 3 readings on 3 dates.
So moved.
Second?
Discussion or questions? Roll call.
Mr. Campbell.
Yay.
Mr. Hart.
Yay.
Ms. Gerber.
Yay.
Mr. Pollak.
Yay.
Mr. Rosser.
Yes.
Mr. Thacker.
No.
5 to 1 passes.
Next ordinance is, this would be to adopt this ordinance number O-2011-42. This time, I would entertain a motion to adopt ordinance number O-2011-42.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion or questions?
I just want to say that I'm glad to have you on board. I really want you here, but I would much rather give you, I'd much rather start you out a little below the 48 and give you a raise afterwards, after 90 days. But I have no doubts you're going to get. I understand.
Any other discussion or question? Roll call, please.
Mr. Campbell.
Yay.
Mr. Hart.
Yay.
Ms. Gerber.
Yay.
Mr. Pollak.
Yay.
Mr. Rosser.
Yay.
Mr. Thacker.
No.
5 to 1 passes.
Welcome aboard, Chief. I'll be the first one to call you Chief Friend.
That's right. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much for being here.
our friend.
Yeah.
Always
You're
loving
not,
that.
it'll never end. It'll never end.
All right. A few more pieces of legislation for consideration this evening. Ordinance number O-2011-40. An ordinance by the Council of Amelia Village, Ohio, amending the annual appropriations of village funds for the fiscal year ending December 31, 2011 for Amelia Village and declaring an emergency. At this time, I entertain a motion to suspend the rules for 3 readings on 3 dates.
I'll make a motion. Second?
Discussion and/or questions? Roll call, please.
Mr. Campbell.
Yay.
Mr. Hart.
Yay.
Ms. Gerber.
Yeah.
Mr. Pollak.
Yay.
Mr. Rosser.
Yay.
Mr. Thacker.
Yay.
6-0.
This time, I entertain a motion to adopt ordinance number O-2011-40.
So moved. Second?
Discussion or question? Roll call.
Mr. Campbell.
Yay.
Mr. Hart.
Yay.
Ms. Gerber.
Yay.
Mr. Pollak.
Yay.
Mr. Rosser.
Yay.
Mr. Thacker.
Yay.
6-0 passes.
Next item on the agenda is ordinance number O-2011-41. An ordinance revising the Amelia Village Personnel Policy Manual and declaring an emergency. At this time, I entertain a motion from council to suspend the rules for 3 readings on 3 dates.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion and/or questions? Roll call, please.
Mr. Campbell.
Yay.
Mr. Hart.
Yay.
Ms. Gerber.
Yay.
Mr. Pollak.
Yay.
Mr. Rosser.
Yay.
Mr. Thacker.
Yay.
6-0 passes.
This time, I entertain a motion to adopt ordinance number O-2011-41.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion or questions? Roll call, please.
Mr. Campbell.
Yay.
Mr. Hart.
Yay.
Ms. Gerber.
Yay.
Mr. Pollak.
Yay.
Mr. Rosser.
Yay.
Mr. Thacker.
Yay.
6-0 passes.
Thank you. Ordinance number O-2011-41 is adopted. Next item on the agenda is council input. If someone open the floor to council for any discussion that council might like to be involved in this evening?
Julie, were we looking, or not Julie, but Laura, were we looking to do a subcommittee for that personnel manual, or?
It's probably a good idea.
We've got our personnel policy manual that's still not finished. I think we need to get it finished for the new year hits. So I talked to Laura about doing a subcommittee of 2 people to get together to sit down and hash that thing out and bring it to council so we can get it approved by the first of the year.
The entire policy?
The entire policy book, yes.
Wow, that's a big undertaking.
So, being said,
Good luck with that.
I'd like to chair that committee. I actually talked with Derek. He said he had some time also to put in to help with that, and I'd also like to have Leroy sit in on that, so we can get that done. So I need to make that in a form of a motion.
I think
for
technically
subcommittee.
Leroy has to do it because he appoints special committees.
Yeah, we're just going to make an appointment, appointing Todd Hart, chairperson of the subcommittee to research the policies and procedures manual, and appointing as a member at large Councilman Derek Campbell. Could I get a motion to that effect?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Campbell,
Yay.
Mr. Hart,
Yay.
Ms. Gerber,
Yay.
Mr. Pollock,
Yay.
Mr. Rosser,
Nay.
Mr. Thacker.
Yay.
5-1, passes.
All right. Any other council input this evening?
I do. On a personal note, I have another child who joined the Army today. She was sworn in at 2:30 this afternoon and will be leaving for basic in February
Well, congratulations.
In the Army?
in the
How many more are
Army.
you gonna put out there?
I've got one and he will be the command sergeant major of the military someday. You can mark my words on that. He would be joined right now if he was allowed at 11. So I just wanted to pass that along. So,
Congratulations.
thank you.
Very nice.
Very
Something more to
proud,
worry about.
very proud, I know.
Mhm.
That's all right.
You should have talked into the Navy, they have clean sheets.
They have sheets.
She didn't want to be on
Oh, they
a,
have
she said she didn't want to be on a boat.
Navy
Well,
doesn't have boats.
I know, they have ships, I know, that was the whole
Unless you're
thing.
under submarines.
Yeah.
And then their boats.
All right. Any other council input? This time we open the floor for public input. Anyone here would like to address council on any subject? Would you just introduce yourself and state your business? We appreciate it.
Hey, I got a question for the new chief.
Uh-oh.
Yes, sir.
Hey, are you a member of the FOP?
Yes, I am.
Okay. That's all I wanted to know.
Any other public input this evening? Next council meeting, Monday, October 3rd, 2011. Don't forget, the October 3rd meeting will serve as a candidates night. Anybody who is on the ballot will have an opportunity to spend a few minutes discussing their ideas and platform for election. And the community will have an opportunity to ask questions once everyone has had the opportunity to speak, so.
On that, just to kind of throw something in there, we were kind of talking the other night, and I didn't know how you were gonna set it up where if council was going to be sitting up here when they address, or would it be better if council was out there during that time? I don't know, it's just something to think about.
I don't really have a preference, but I guess from my perspective, I was looking at the candidates, not so much addressing council as much as they were addressing the
Right.
people who are in the audience and the camera.
Okay,
So, but I don't have a preference as to whether or not council is sitting up here or out there.
okay,
But
just,
council-
it was just a thought.
Well, like the council was here before when I came on, and you primarily talk to the council.
Okay.
I mean, the audience and the camera, and occasionally, just to be friendly, you say a few words to council.
Just to be friendly.
Just, not for any other reason.
Because you're really trying to get their vote.
Mayor, there's one thing I thought of, if possibly at another meeting before the election, if we could invite anybody running in Claremont County, if they wanted to come up and address us.
Sure.
You know, at the meeting following, I hate to lump it all the same night, but
Yeah.
if we'd like to do that, just anybody running in Claremont County who wanted to come and address us and
It's
go
okay
from
with
there.
me. Council
Okay.
wants, is there any reason why it's not appropriate?
We'll give them all 3 minutes of airtime, right?
Sure.
Okay, we'll make notifications and see who comes around.
Okay.
Julie?
I'm on it.
that right. Come on.
She's got it.
All right, anybody else have anything before we adjourn until October the 3rd, 2011 at 7 p.m.?
Would it be possible for us, I'm gonna do the Veterans Day thing. I'd like to have something drawn up or see if you all were in agreement that my thought possibly for that would be the groundbreaking for the memorial that Ricky's done up. If we could approve something like that relatively soon, if we wanted to go ahead and do that, I don't know, you know, if somebody wants to look at the other drawings and see what we want to do, or if we can get that approved, and then that would be incorporated into the ceremony, is the groundbreaking, is what I'd like to do. If anybody has any feedback as to that, you know, I'd kind of like to get it done since Veterans Day is.
Would council want me to ask Rick to come back and revisit his proposal with council?
I would.
That would be
So
good.
why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless everybody remembers off the top of their head.
Invite him back.
Yeah. I'd like
Is that okay with everybody? Invite him back to the October 3rd meeting to talk about his proposed memorial.
Where is the event going to take place?
Well, we were talking about the drawings and stuff he has drawn up are at the cemetery.
So is that where you were going to
That's
hold
where
the
we were
event?
going, yeah, and I would try to get a hold of Nuri and see if we can use their parking and then walk over.
Gotcha.
You know, something to that effect, yeah.
Sure. Okay. We'll ask Rick to come to the next meeting.
I don't see how they're going to be able to schedule that.
Who?
Because they're not going to know if they're going to need their parking lot that day.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
We'll work it out. I'll work it
Well,
Okay.
I can tell you this, historically, the turnout at the Veterans Day event might have been 20 people.
Yeah.
And in the cemetery, there's
out. The roundabout.
a roundabout.
Little drive.
Not any different than if
Okay.
there were a service being held there, so that's your worst case scenario.
Okay.
All right, so we'll ask Rick to come and talk about the memorial, and that's a good idea, that's a good plan. Any other discussion before we move to adjourn? Entertain a motion from council to adjourn at 8:38 p.m.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Campbell.
Yay.
Mr. Hart.
Yay.
Ms. Gerber.
Yay.
Mr. Pollock.
Yay.
Mr. Rosser.
Yay.
Mr. Thacker. 6-0. Good night.
Thank you very much.